everybody, it's Chloe Demir of Save Victor Roll. How's everybody doing today? Amazing, I hope. It is another video from Older Than Average YouTuber here on the YouTubes. And today, finally, we're getting to a little bit of Halloween makeup. Feeling better, and I have this bad boy to play with. So if you want to see the look we create and talk about this palette, you're in the right place, and you know what you need to do? You need to keep on watching. It now feels like absolute forever since we put some makeup on our face, and especially filming it. So we are going to be playing with, from Belle Beaute Bar, the Strange and Unusual Eyeshadow and Pressed Pigment palette. This is one that I was gifted to make me feel better because I was having a little bit of a trauma time and my tooth, and there was just lots of stuff going on. And I had been wanting to try this one for a long time. It had come out last Halloween, and it just wasn't in my budget at the time, but now we can play with this bad boy. So a quick chat on this. This is from Belle Beaute Bar Cosmetics. The company was born in New York in 2018, so it's pretty new, 6 years. It's now operating out of Sarasota, Florida. It says here that they specialize in a variety of smudge-proof, waterproof, and long-lasting cosmetics. We offer a mixture of handmade and manufactured items in order to appeal to a large customer base. It says here we are Leaping Bunny certified, cruelty-free brand. So there we go. This particular palette, yes, it is marked cruelty-free, and it says it is good for 12 months. So we don't get interrupted, put to the notifications off on my phone, and let's go. So again, Strange and Unusual. This is, you know, kind of based off the Beetlejuice aesthetic here, but without using the actual Beetlejuice branding. So there we go. And again, this is an eyeshadow pressed pigment palette. It's 255 grams or 8.10 fluid ounces. It is made in the, looks like into the People's Republic of China, but it is vegan, paraben, and cruelty free. So let's look at this color story here. Take off our little piece here, and here it is. It is quite the shiny palette with some very beautiful shiny shades and not a lot of matte. So this is 15 shades in here, and it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them are matte, but they seem to be the right types of matte. You've got a purple and red that would go good with, again, the shimmery purples and the oranges. We've got 2 types of green, a grungy green, a spooky green, which again would go with all these, and of course white to lighten or darken or to use on its own with a little bit of shimmer. So I think these are quite the right shades. If I would have changed anything, maybe I would have taken out maybe one of the purple shimmers for a black matte, but that is okay. Other than that, these look like they are removable, so that way you can move them around if you're so inclined. We've got shades like Barbara, recently deceased, Beetlejuice, Delia, Juno, Sandworm. This is Afterlife, and there are some like duochromes in here. Looks like, anyways, because what I'm seeing on screen is different from what I'm looking at in the palette. We've got Lost Souls, this is Beetlegeist, Beetlejuice, Witch Doctor, Miss Argentina, Bioexorcist, Adam, Tombstone, and Lydia. So there are the shades. And again, this has been out a year, so I didn't bring, do I have a piece of paper here? I do. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly do maybe a really quick swatches here. So this is the white shade. Actually, it shows up pretty good on there. And then we've got Recently Deceased. Oh, this one is a very light neon-y shade. Took 2 swatches, but neons are like that. So this is a Beetlegeist, what, like that, very grungy. And then we have Delia. Yes, this definitely looks like from pink to purple. Then we have, this one I'm really actually excited about. This is the shade Juno, which is a nice shimmery orange. This is looking so nice already. And then we've got, ooh, this one has green in it. So sandworm, it looks white in one way, and then the next direction you can see green, so sandworm. Then we have afterlife. Ooh, these are beautiful. Lost souls. These shimmers are very soft to the touch, the kind of the feel and formula that I like. Then we've got the Beetlejuice. No, let's give this one another swatch. We know how purpley shades are. Then we have a Witch Doctor. There we go. Just needed a bob. So this is Miss Argentina. So this one is definitely a little bit flakier, but it's still nice and soft to the touch. Then we have a Bio Exorcist. Oh, that one swatch. Look at that one go. And then we have Adam. I'm making big swatches again. Apologies. So there is Adam. This actually could be more of a matte that just has just a little bit of sparkle. So it just helps with blending. So that, oh, so maybe we do have a black that would work for me in here. Then we have a Tombstone. That is really pretty. And then last but not least, we have our shade Lydia. And there we go. This is really pretty. It looks beautiful in the pan, but I think swatched really shows what a nice color story this is. So we're going to wash off our arm and then we will be right back. These washed off are really nice with no staining. So I have to appreciate that one. So I'm just going to grab my mirror here. We are using our P. Louise Rumor 2 and we will quickly go into our eyes. So like, I didn't see any really fallout or anything from meat swatching, but because this is a new brand to me, I decided that I was going to do my eyes first instead of a base. And then I thought, well, maybe I might end up doing a little bit more colorful of a face. So I might, once the eyes are done, just go and pop on my regular base and then we can maybe do some eyeshadows and stuff together. And some lips. I do eyeshadows, blushes. I do have a few newish things, you know, that we haven't used as much as we would like because they were some of my last purchases. So maybe we could play with those. So I hope everybody has been doing really well. Finally got a bit of a chance to do some catch up. I caught up on what was going on with my tooth and such, and did my quarterly empties, purchases, and favorites. And then I did some new releases for the first time in a while. New releases generally don't do that good for me. Every once in a while, I guess, depending on who's on the card, I'll get a few more looks, but I know a few people. The person that got me this palette loves when I do new releases, so maybe we should go back to that. Let me know down below if you are interested in me going back to doing some new releases on a no buy, because I am on a zero buy and low consumption trend, because I got a lot of great stuff. So there we go. We are nicely primed. I really like this P. Louise primer. I can see why it had gotten so, like it blew up so much back in the day. Alrighty. So I really am intrigued by that orange. I really like the idea of using red. I also liked the green. This is such a nice palette. I will definitely use this again in another look. I want to do, and hopefully this will be interesting to people, I've been wanting to try wearing like no base at all and just doing makeup. A little bit with how my tooth was. I had to go out once or twice and I did put a little eyeshadow on, a little blush on, and I kind of didn't mind it so much. I mean, I do have some age spots, so I was thinking of doing a comparison, doing a look with a palette and doing one with a full base like I normally do and one without, and me know if it looks okay running around without base. Try to do really good with my skincare. So just try and see, and I thought it would be interesting to see what maybe a glam look looks like or a full eye look with no base comparison. So anyways, that was something I was thinking of doing, so let me know if that interests you at all. Okay, so I think I do want to play with the oranges, but I do like the idea of a green and a purple. So this is making a little bit rough. So I think what I want to do is, let's just start with a little bit of red. So I'm going to take a floofy brush and I'm just going to go on the outside and I'm going to take the shade that's Lydia. That is that red shade. And let's pop this onto our eye, and this way we can test out a new brand to me. I know they brought this, I don't know if they carry this all year, but I know they did bring it back. Wilma, who picked this up for me, got it through I Feel Beautiful Canada, who also has the new Robert Welsh Blend Buddy. Wow, if I had cash. I am in a little lotto group with a couple friends from work. So if we can win some money through that, I would definitely like to get that, and I would definitely go through I Feel Beautiful Canada for sure. It actually had a good price on the full collection, and I don't have to worry about duty. Everything is all in there except for shipping, but it is local and they ship really fast. Because I had got because it came via UPS. And I got a shipment notification. I thought it was something else I had ordered. I had ordered, what is it, some supplements or something. And I thought that's what it had shipped. Oh no, it was the compression socks for my cat, because that's how they shipped. So I thought, wow, that was fast. And it ended up being this one. So yeah, it came within a day or a day and a half. It is in my, not just in Canada, it's also in my province. Okay, so this shade Lydia goes on so nice. Reds and purples can be really, really hard. Reds in general, like if there's ever been issues with dyes and stuff and candies and foods and in clothing, it always seems to be red is something that gets into a recall. We have problems blending or lots of fallout or all that sort of stuff, but this is going on really well. And I'm using a floofy brush, so you know that will diffuse a little bit as well. So for using a big floofy brush, I think this is showing some nice color payoff. It is staying red. It doesn't seem to be going pinky, because that's what a lot of reds do as well. I've seen some that when they blend out, they go into more of a pink than a red. I like that. That is really pretty. I'm wearing one of my favorite shirts from Make Murder Apparel. So here we go. I thought that was kind of Halloweeny. And then I have something to top off my look, hint, hint, when we are done. Alrighty, so there we go. That is a beautiful red. So now I want to go into that green. So I'm going to use more of a flat brush. I'm going to go into the shade that is recently deceased. So that is, oh wow, that goes on really nice there. I'm going to gently tap on my hand just to make sure there is, try not to get any fallout, even though I don't have a base on. And I'm going to do that up front here. Just in the front. Oh yeah, that goes on really nice. Pastels and neon pastels can sometimes also be a little rough or take a bit to get them to show, but this is right away going on quite nicely. I mean, it still needs a little building up because it is a light shade, but it's not, it doesn't take much to get a little extra color payoff. So into my brow a little bit. Not, as we will all know, I'm just a makeup lover. I'm not good at crazy makeup or, you know, like super Halloween-y stuff, but every once in a while I can at least do something a little bit different from the normal. And that is a pretty green color. I like that. So now for the middle of my lid, I want to go in with the purple shade, and that is the one that is called a Beetlejuice, not Beetlegeist, that's Beetlegeist, Beetlejuice. So we are going to go into that one. And let's see how that goes on the eye. It did take 2 swatches on the arm, But let's see how this does if we pop it in the middle here. I am going to add more to the red. Like I said, I just wanted to kind of diffuse it out because I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. Thought you can always build up. It's easier to build up than it is to take away, I tell you. And then this way we can play with a few different of the shimmers as well if we have some different mattes. Supposed to go yesterday on a haunted walking tour in Vancouver. My friend Martha, her husband, and my friend Corinna. But it's been torrential. Like today is just murky out, but the last couple of days have been such torrential rain. She had won the tickets, and luckily we were able, because it's normally a rain or shine, but because it was a contest win, they let us change the date. And if it rains the day that we pick, which is the Saturday after Halloween, we will go anyways. But it was so miserable yesterday, and it was just like, I'm glad we didn't go. I wasn't in the mood to be wet and cold, let me tell you. It's kind of turning out kind of fun. What do you think? Yeah, I usually do all the spooky things, all the markets, but I have to stay away from temptation. I did the one market this year for Halloween, but there was one this weekend, there's one next weekend, but I opted out of those as well because, and there was one the other week too. It's like I just can't be tempted, and this girl loves her Halloween, so it's going to be a little less on that front this year. Hopefully next year things will get a little better, and then maybe next Halloween I can go back to doing all the crazy Halloween things that I like. Okay, so now I'm going to go take another more denser brush, and I'm going to go back into Lydia and intensify the red, and I might pull the shape up a little bit because I've been liking it going up here. So I've been watching Gordon Ramsay, his new, I was looking for something just to waste some time the other day, and it's the new season of Kitchen Chef or whatever it is, where he tries to find a chef for his restaurants, and they have two teams competing and all these people competing. Anyways, there's this one gal, she does really fun eye looks. Sometimes they're really simple, but she always has something shiny underneath, or like she'll just do a shiny liner on top and bottom, or she'll have like a matte look with a beautiful, or she'll do one shimmer on top, one shimmer below. So I think I might take one of the other brighter shimmers. I'm thinking maybe the one, Willow, stop picking on Miss Pearl. I thought I might take the Miss Argentina shade and put that along the bottom. I thought that was I really like her looks. If I remember, I'll get her name and pop her up. Maybe she has an Instagram or something. But anyways, I was really liking the looks that she was doing with her eyes. I thought it was very, very cool. So I thought it was a way of having bright color or whatever without it being too much if you want to, go out. Because I have been less and less going out with crazy eye looks. Been using them more to film, because sometimes what seems on film and what looks good to go out sometimes are two different things. So I've been trying to, but I still really love color, so I've been trying to find a way of doing something that's more colorful, and I kind of liked the way that she did that. And sometimes, and it's not like she does it lightly, it's nice and thick, but it looks really good. So anyways, if I find her name, I'll look it up later, and I will put that on top. Okay, and I'm going to again go back into Beetlejuice, and see the red got nice and deeper. I'm going to do the same thing here again. Just go put this palette through its paces, and okay. Actually, I'm going to take, I think I have like here, more purple. I'm going to bring the purpley shade down a bit more here, I think. Dealing with hooded eyes can make makeup placement a little bit harder to do. So it takes some opening your eyes, closing your eyes. Okay, and then we will play with the green some more as well. All right, so now we're going to go back into Recently Deceased. All right, so now let's play with some shimmers. So for the bottom lash line, I was saying that I wanted to play with Miss Argentina. So I'm going to take this brush that I used for the green there. I'm just going to clean it off. And then we're going to go into this shade here. So again, this is Miss Argentina. So far we've used this shade, and this shade. And now we're going to go into this one here. And we're going to use that along the bottom. I'm going to spray a little bit as well. I'm thinking she's probably using a liquid one, but do you have a mixing medium? I wonder if that would help. Right now I'm just going to take mix it more in with some setting spray and see if that helps. But I bet you one of those mixing mediums would really make this really, really pop. Yeah, that helped a little bit, didn't it? So let's do that again. Okay, let's let that dry, and then maybe we can put a little bit more on top because it is starting to get a little bit more opaque, because I want it to look like it does here on the hand. So I might grab that mixing medium maybe after I've done my base if I can't get it to go a little bit thicker. But let's leave that for now. And now let's go on to, so for the front part, I want to use the shade that is called a Sandworm. That's the one that was the white with the green reflect. And we're going to pop that on top there. Look at that. Ah, beautiful. That's perfect. Okay, I love the shade Sandworm. Now I think the next time I'm just going to go out, I'm just going to use Recently Deceased and Sandworm and call it. That is so beautiful. There we go. I think this look is going to need some lashes, I think. Alrighty, so now for the next shade that we're going to use, we've got several different purples here. So we've got Delia. It goes almost like from a blue to purple. Then we have Bio Exorcist. And then we have Tombstone. Let's go with that. So we are going to go with Bio Exorcist. So I think we're going to put that on as our next shade. I think the brush might be damp enough. I got a little sparkle in my eye because all of a sudden my eye is like, woo! Well, this one does. It goes in some parts, it looks a little blue, and then it's got purple. Oh, I like that. Okay, the shimmers in here are fantastic. And then for over Lydia, we've got the shades Juno and Witch Doctor. So this is Juno, and then this is Witch Doctor. But this one is really more fiery, has almost like a little bit of red, so I think we're going to use that one for the outside. Well, that other green called Afterlife looks really nice too in here, but let's go into some Witch Doctor. Yeah, that was the perfect one to go over Lydia. All right. I think that's what I'm going to do though. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and do the base part. And then I am going to grab that mixing medium and see if I can just make it a little bit more opaque. Because there was no mattes or anything under it, and the mattes really made these shimmers here totally pop. So we'll be back in a second. Okay, so I just have a little bit of foundation on, a little bit of powder, teeny bit of bronzer, and now we're ready to play some more. And I picked a few other things to try. But what I'm going to do is I have from Inglot this little bit of mixing medium. It's good to make like eyeliners and stuff out of shadows. So I think what I want to do is use a little bit of that with a little bit of Miss Argentina and see if I can get it to be a little bit more opaque along the bottom. So I'm going to scoop a little bit onto my hand. Like I said, the other ones are really just soft, but this one is a little bit flaky as well. So like I said, to me it feels like almost like a mix between a glitter and a... So I'm going to put a little bit of mixing medium on my hand, and then let's mix the two together and see if I can get this to be a little bit more... Just doing it on my hand, so I want to see if I can get it to be on my eye a little bit more eyeliner-y like. And the answer is yes. Excellent. Got it on a little thick there, but that's okay. So you can definitely use a mixing medium to make a liner out of this shimmery shade here. What I originally had bought this Inglot for, and then I think I can't remember for what shade it was. I think it might have been for a red shade, and then I haven't used it in a while. So I thought, let's do it. See, so that way you definitely get way more intensity there. And I'm going to take a fluffy brush and just kind of see if I can blend a little along the bottom. Okay, a little thicker than I normally would do, but this was our first attempt at trying that with this combo here, and I think that worked really well. So we do have a lot of shine. Look at us glow. Okay, so yes, this Inglot stuff is great. It has this cute little dropper inside, little button. Yeah. Okay, so now for, let's see, close that part. Oh, well, wrong lid. Okay, so to do a blush, I have from Likely Makeup. I have the red shade here. This one is called Aster. It's got like crazy printing on there. So we're gonna use a little Aster because it is a it's reddish, but it's kind of, it felt like a cross between the matte purple and that red. So I thought that one would be fun. So I thought we could play with that and then put on some fun highlighter. This is really nicely intense. What's nice about these ones is with a little buffing, if you do want to make this particular shade a little less bright, you can do so. I thought we'd do a super blushy look today. Yeah, I will, when I go to set it, I will buff it a little bit. But I just wanted to really get some color on and then go from there. Okay, and then we're gonna have lashes and everything else. And then for highlighter, I thought I would, since we were talking about Blend Bunny before, I thought I would bring out the Noxalucent highlighter palette. And it's got these beautiful shades here. So I think we're going to use the shade, is it Dream Lake? Yeah, so let's use that one there, I think, because that will match in. There we go. Yeah, I think that works perfect. Super, super blushy look. Like I said, we will give it a buff in a second. So let me go do that and I will be right back. And here we are. I thought while I was off, after I buffed, I put on some lashes, put on some bats, and a little bit of a Jolene red and my little hat. Now, let me show you a trick here. And my hat has lights. Woohoo! Even with the lights off, it's a little bit bright in here, but you can get the point. So there we go. There is our look. So this is our first Halloweenish look for 2024. I know it's late, but you know, it is what it is. So this is the Strange and Unusual palette by Belle Beaute Bar. And there we go. I think this turned out really beautiful, shiny. I love this. These shimmers are freaking amazing. And again, using just a little bit of mixing medium, you can turn these shimmers into a nice liner. The mattes went on nicely. I really like this palette. Thank you, Wilma, so much. Yeah, it had been on my wish list for like a year, so I guess it was worth the wait. What do you think? Yes? No? Maybe so? Alrighty, well that's it from me today. If you like this video, please give a like, comment, and subscribe, and maybe even hit that notification bell. If not, if that's okay, we can still be friends and still play with spooky palettes together. As always, behave, make good choices, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye-bye.